If you've ever had to break up with a mama's boy, this song is for you. A little boy run home to your mama. Da, 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 da. So my best friend since kindergarten, Kalista Kanani Nicole Frost, she came to me. She'd been dating this boy for some time, and she said, Leah, every time we get into an argument, he calls his mom. We're driving to his parents' house, and he's like, oh, by the way, like, my mom thinks blah, 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 and, you know, she's a little bit upset with how you handled the most recent argument. What? So after a while of this, she sent me a poem. My co-writer and I, Tony Honstein, turned it into a song, and lo and behold, you've got Run Home. I was really excited to put this song on the album. I think it's very different, it's very unique. I think the chord structure that Tony wrote was something that I hadn't heard a lot. And then once we got into the studio with Ken Royster and the talented musicians who brought this song to life, it just all came together. We had the dobro and the fiddle and the mandolin, and those are some very traditional instruments that I don't feel like we hear enough anymore. I wanted to piggyback on some of the traditional sounds that were in the recording for the video. Originally, my mind just kept coming back to an Airstream trailer. And one day I was scrolling the gram. I noticed that a girl that I had gone to high school with was unfortunately getting divorced, and she threw herself a divorce party. It wasn't anything that was disrespectful. It was like celebrating a new chapter, and in my mind I said, that's what we're gonna do on this video. So I called my girl Haley Jertson, who was the videographer and director for Love Me Wrong. I floated the video concept by her and I said, dang, where do we find an Airstream trailer? So she started doing some looking in Nashville, and lo and behold came across the House of Adora, owned by a lovely woman named Beverly, who has just totally transformed this gorgeous house. She has restored it to all of its former glory. Every room has so much detail. We went and visited the home, and I knew immediately like we had to do the video here. Narrowing down the scenes was very difficult because every room was so fantastic.
The angel's just looking at you like, oh, isn't she pretty?
Did I make it weird? Should it not?
No.
Pink is absolutely my favorite color, so I was totally obsessed with the entire house. And lo and behold, she also had an Airstream trailer in the backyard, so it was just divine intervention all the way around. Once we found the location, the rest of the pieces just sort of fell into place. I decided that I wanted to go with kind of like a 1950s vibe for the time era. It ended up being kind of Maryland, and I love it because I love Maryland. Side note, I actually wrote my college entrance exam on Marilyn Monroe. If there was one famous person, dead or alive, that you could have dinner with, who would it be? I said Marilyn Monroe. The whole cast and all of the production team was entirely female, which I thought was very empowering, especially given the content of the video and the fact that this was kind of a different way to present something that is oftentimes taboo and not talked about and not portrayed in a positive light, and that is divorce or the ending of a relationship.
It's 6:02 and my friends are ready to go to the airport. They're on time, they're on time.
Oh, now it's a video. I wasn't even recording. So Callie was the co-writer on this song with me. She was also at the shoot. She was in the video.
What are your Cali cocktails?
Oh, they're here in my delightfully decorated table with this antique bird cage that I thrifted several moons ago, and this homemade cake. As you can see, I frosted it with 3 roses to represent her 3 best friends who are receiving her at this party today. So just so proud of her for losing the douchebag. She sucked.
My friend and amazing talent Crystal did all my costumes, my hair, that was my real hair that she did, my makeup, she did all the styling. Both of those 2 women have been at every single one of my video shoots, at every single one of my photo shoots. It's just been so cool. We've been able to develop this art together, and I really don't know that I'd be able to do it without them. My friend Leanne was in the video. She was also in If Momma Only Knew, and she was there for Love Me Wrong. Haley, she's done a bunch of projects for me. She was there at my first performance at Watershed. She did Love Me Wrong, was the videographer for that. She's extremely talented, and she's somebody who is chasing dreams and just slaying, and I am so proud of her.
Okay, so you guys have a storyboard and a timeline that I really want to try to stick with the timeline throughout the day, but there is like a generous amount of space where there's some scenes I put like 30 minutes for shooting when it really could take 15 probably. So
and then the final crew member, Alexis Laymaker, she's an artist. She lives in Nashville. She's a beautiful singer, performer. She also owns her own balloon company. So just all around, like a bunch of really badass, beautiful females that came together to create art.
Like me when the nights are cold. Why not me when you're growing old? Why not me?
a little bit, but it's not bright like it looked to be.
Do you want me to still raise
You
it
can
a little bit?
raise it on the pole because remember we lowered it.
Why am I doing it on the pole here?
Yeah, wow.
You
Work smarter,
sometimes
not
it takes
harder.
a team. I really wanted the story to be of an independent woman saying goodbye to a gentleman and her kicking him out of her house. It was very apparent by the pink color of the house, the pink color of the kitchen, that this was her house, this was her space. She had invited him in and, didn't work out. I'm sorry that you had to continue to call your mom. I'm not your mom, so I'm gonna need you to maybe go back home and grow up a little bit, and maybe you'll have better luck next time. Whose bed have you both been under? I am so fortunate to have an amazing, strong group of female friends. For the longest time, I didn't realize how many women don't have a strong female friend group, strong female mentors. It's something that I feel very blessed to be surrounded with and to have in my life, because there's nothing quite like other women lifting you up or you being able to lift up other women. Female empowerment is something that I'm very passionate about. I want other women to know that female friendships can be strong. They don't have to be competitive and catty like a lot of society or a lot of media might otherwise portray. I think that women are stronger when we stick together. In my professional life, in my music career, I've been extremely blessed to have so many beautiful, loving, strong women there to help me and support me. I hope that if there are other women who don't have that they know that they can, and that they continue to look for it and they continue to try and foster those types of relationships with other women. Gentlemen, I hope that you love and care for your mama and you cherish her and you bring her flowers and tell her you love her. However, there's no need to run to mama and tell her about your problems. You need to come talk to us about that, okay? Otherwise, we might have to